MovieWeb.com.
And the thing I was wondering about adapting a book like this is it's such a personal memoir, such a personal journey to be showing on the screen. How do you choose what's going to be cinematic and what to really focus on?
You know, I don't choose what's going to be cinematic. It's not my way of approaching it. I choose what's going to be this. How am I going to tell the story? And obviously the idea I had of telling it through the camera's point of view, that he was the camera, freed me. Because I always describe it as a washing line. I could hang anything on that device, his voiceover. And don't forget, every time he speaks, no one hears him because he can't speak. It's his own inner world. And what I did was to take the cinematic question I took from the book. What he had these wonderful images and memories and imagination, which he describes pretty well. So I used that. I didn't invent much. Julian Schnabel later then introduced images that he felt were helpful to the story.
Well, let's extrapolate that because the film is visually stunning. I mean, just the way it's shot and what we see. How much of that was your screenplay? How much of that was Julian in the
It's
the
very
post?
hard to... Some of it is my screenplay and some of it is him. And Janusz, of course, is an amazing cinematographer. And we would not have got this film without his glorious gifts. He's an artist too, as well as a technician. It's technically very, very precise. So I couldn't quantify it. I think probably more Julian cinematically, visually than mine. But I think why the film may have some power is because of his gifts in this visual way and mine for storytelling. Well, that's what I like to think.
One of the scenes that really got me like totally immersed in the film is the scene where you see his eye being sewn shut. And you realize, like, wow, this is really locked-in syndrome. This is no joke. Was that in the script?
That's in the book and in the script. Oh, yes, it's in the script. Sure is. All the scenes are in the script. It's just that he has a way of editing them and injecting other images between them. But the big scene with Max von Sydow and Mathieu, that's in the book, obviously. And, the scene I'm proudest of, if you don't mind me saying, is where the wife has to interpret for the other woman on the telephone. And it's not in the book, and I invented that, and I was so excited when it happened. It was lovely. It was terrific to write.
Can you talk about the actual process of the actual adapting? Because you spoke at length about this with the pianist and Oliver Twist. And I'm just very curious to see, because this was like a personal story of a man. Did you do anything different as far as like talking to his friends or his family that really...
I did talk to, we'll call her the wife. She wasn't really his wife. She was the mother of his 2 children. I did talk to her, and I talked to one of the physiotherapists. I'm a little nervous of talking to real people because he's inclined to inhibit one. The people that knew him and things. I think Julian did more of that. Julian Schnabel did more. But I wanted to be... I was true to the book, I hope. And I wanted to be able to invent and not be too bound. Because, you know, sometimes they tell you things, oh, you mustn't show that, or you can show... I think it's best to be avoided. I just wanted to tell the story in the right order. So I tell from him waking up and not knowing where he is or what's happened to him, this frightening and awful experience.
A lot of writers don't normally go out and try the hard choices, but in your work that you've adapted, I mean, you've gone and really told some stories that are very different than what we would normally see,
Julian,
these personal journeys.
They only come to me with the hard stories. I wish they'd come to me with something easy. But it's perfectly true. They come to me with these awfully difficult things. And I don't think of them as awfully difficult, but I find out when I start to do them. But I'm very flattered they come to me.
I mean, what do you think that is? What do you add to the process that lets someone say, well, we know that he can take this story back to the screen?
Well, I suppose because I've done it before. And, you know, you're only as good as your last movie, I suppose. I don't know. I'm very flattered they come to me. That's all I can say. And it keeps coming. There's stuff. I can't do anything now because I'm on strike, but there's stuff in the pipeline.